folks. All right, here we go. We're live again. Oh, folks, just messing around with a couple settings here. I don't want to highlight. No. All right. Anyway, I think we're good. Whew. All right. Good morning, folks. Good morning. Well, good evening for some of you guys. Good afternoon for some of you guys. Good morning here in Australia. Okay, it is currently 6:35 now in the morning. Sorry about the lighting. The lighting's kind of crap, but that's what we're working with here. I need to, anyway, I need to get maybe like a ring light or something to get on my iPad, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, I've got a neighbor back here, so I'm not gonna go in the room, but can't really be too loud. But yeah, good morning, folks. Good morning. As you can tell, I'm tired as well. Yeah, it is, sorry for the lighting, folks, but 6:30 a.m. here, 6:35 now, 6:37 here in Australia. I think it's, what time is it? 6:37 back in the east coast of the U.S., 5:30 a.m. in the central time zone, back home in, say, Nebraska and Midwest and whatnot. And what? It's about 10:30 in the UK, 11:30. I calculated all that wrong then. It's 11:30 in the UK. 11:30 in the UK. Yeah, they're 8 hours behind. I said I miscalculated since I said 10:30. It's 11. So anyway, right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10. Yeah. Anyway, I said it's 11:30 in the UK, but so 8 hours. That's whatever. But yeah, welcome, folks. This probably won't be a super long stream. I did an Instagram live for about an hour last night. Whew. Yeah, that was not supposed to be an hour, but it's really cool that it was an hour. Again, folks, sorry for the lighting. The lighting's kind of sucks, but yeah, it's all right. It's what we got. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit of travels. It won't be on too long today. And sorry, folks. I'm so tired. But thanks for joining the live stream. We are inside today again. We are not outside today. We've got a few elements. We got a few things with some flies and stuff. I think there's like a storm or something going on somewhere close because the flies have been absolutely terrible. So the last thing I want to do is just be swatting flies the whole time. I don't want to do that. So we are inside today. I look like I'm in a prison cell, but all good, especially with this light. So yeah, man, I need to get like a ring light or something because the lighting in here trash. Try something. No, it's actually not bad right there. Perfect. We got our own ring light. Shout out to iPhone. Welcome, folks. We're talking about a little bit of travel. All right. Just fix my light here. All good. Yeah, we'll be talking about travel a bit. We're talking about some of my travel plans. If you guys have seen the video, then you've seen the video. 2025 travel plans. We've got ourselves a lot planned. And we talked a lot about it on our Instagram live last night, which is really cool. Last night for me, early morning for a majority of you guys as well. And yeah, so why I think I calculated the UK time wrong. Anyway, 6, 5, 34, 33, 32, 30, 30, 12, 30, 11, 30, 10, 30. It's 8 hours behind. Anyway, I don't know. My phone says it's 11:30 in the UK. I'm calculating 8 hours behind 6:30, 5:30, 4:30, 3:30, 2:30, 1:30, 12:30, 11:30, 10:30. I must be miscounting. I don't know, but 8 hours from 6:30 is 10:30. So anyway, my phone says 11:30. It's not 11:30. Whatever. That's gonna drive me nuts because I put the time zones. I put the time zones on my stories and stuff when I announce stuff like, oh, this video is gonna come out at such and such time, or I'm doing stories or live streams at such and such time. So yeah, I always like to be sure I get it right. But anyway, but yeah, Instagram Live went pretty well last night. Yeah, sorry again for my voice, folks. It's early. It's early. It's 6:30 out here in Australia. I think the reason why I'm up so early too is because I've got folks all around the world that kind of watch and follow. So I try and cater to everybody time wise. But it's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult. You're not going to cater to folks perfectly. So might hear my voice a little bit raspy. You know, yeah. I did a live stream last night on Instagram, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram. Yeah, and by the way, camera's right here, but my big screen is right here. So if you see me looking this way, which is what I'm doing now, looking at my big screen, camera's here. But yeah, I did Instagram live last night. We were on for a while, and right, yeah. So I was saying that someone's got to sacrifice. Someone's got to sacrifice time wise. So that's gonna be me. Yeah. So for everyone back in Europe and North America, South America, you get 2 live streams in one day. You know, technically, with it being Sunday, early morning Sunday for the Instagram, and later on tonight. Now, so or in the late afternoon, it's 5 p.m., 6 p.m. in back in the U.S. About mid morning, late morning in Europe, and the middle of the night in Southeast Asia. For anyone who's watching in Southeast Asia, sorry, it's like 2 a.m. or whatever. And then here's 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. here in Australia, and 9:30 over in Melbourne, and what was it, 11:30 or 12:30 over in Auckland. So we love it, folks. I don't think I'll be doing a too long of a stream today. However, I did say that last night on Instagram. I said I was going to do about maybe 15, 20 minutes, and it turned into an hour. So, which is good. It's good. It's cool. But you know, and that's how it goes. And that's one reason why I like doing these live streams, because like it just gives some live interaction. You know, some of the videos that I put out, I get a chance to kind of talk about it. So, you know, it's good. So, don't think anyone's here, but if anyone's here, don't be afraid to say hi in the comments. But as I always like to say, you know, whether people join in for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or half the stream or the whole stream, if you're ambitious enough, I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate all the support. I know some people have to pop in, pop out. I understand. And yeah, so I appreciate it. I want to get that out of the way. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit of travel. So, boy, it's early, folks. You know, and I'm an early bird, but I was up late last night, you know, working on some content stuff, which is what happens. It's what happens. I do it all the time, but I think it was a super long day at work yesterday. Had to push back my Instagram live stream by an hour. I just barely made it by like a couple of minutes. Spent an hour on there, and then I do some laundry and all, you know, a bunch of other stuff that doesn't matter to you guys. I'm still yawning, apologize. Realities of travel, folks. Realities of travel behind the scenes, okay? It's the authenticity. Anyway, but yeah, I'm a bit wiped out. I got maybe 3-4 hours of sleep. So, yeah, you know, I know a bunch of creators are gonna watch this and be like, I get 2 hours or whatever it is, whatever. But yeah, so good stuff, folks. We'll talk a little bit of travel, and then I'm gonna hop off of here. I'm not gonna stay on too long. I'm gonna try and get a couple of things together before I go to work. Thankfully, I'm off tomorrow, so I don't know why I didn't do the live stream tomorrow, but it's fine. I'm sleeping tomorrow. And yeah, so as you guys seen the video, my big 2025 travel plans. There's a lot going on. Obviously we started off. Actually, I don't think you guys know this, but I'm going to tell you now for anyone who's here or not here or whichever. But we were starting off with Uzbekistan in August. Absolutely pumped. Absolutely pumped for Uzbekistan. I know a lot of people get freaked out because they hear the word and they think I'm going into an active war zone. That's yeah, that's not how the world works. Not every country with a stand is a war zone. Um, but it's for a lot of places that's what we're taught, unfortunately. But that's not true. Um, but yeah, I think a lot of people ask like why, why Uzbekistan, uh, or Central Asia for that matter. Yeah, believe it or not, Uzbekistan is Central Asia and not the Middle East, like a lot of people assume. Um, and I think because I just want to try something different. I want to try something different. There's nothing wrong with like the run of the mill places. Paris, Rome, Bali, or Indonesia, because Bali's not the whole country. Indonesia, or Thailand, or whatever the case may be. Those are pretty easy places to start with, which is good because if you have no idea, if you're not um, well traveled or haven't been to many places, it's gonna be a good place to start. So I'm not knocking those places. I will be going back to those places. So obviously, I've got nothing negative to say. However, I want to mix it up. I want to mix it up a bit. So um, yeah, it. So we're going off to Uzbekistan. Why not? I guess really cool culture, real cool structures and architecture out there and whatnot. And I'm super super pumped for it. Hey, there they are, CJ and Scott. Love it. Morning, guys. How's it going? Apologize for the raspy voice. I feel like I just got off the Instagram live. Um, you know, I was feeling a little too spontaneous when I was feeling a little too spontaneous when I said I was going to do an Instagram live and then a YouTube live. But hey, that's what we got to do. We got to build up the channel, and we got to get on YouTube live at 6:30 in the morning. So, um, but yeah, appreciate you guys for stopping by the way. You guys were on last night, so I appreciate you guys for stopping by on Instagram and now back on YouTube. And But yeah, Uzbekistan. I just want to try something different. I just want to try something different. Again, like a lot of people go to the run of the mill places. Again, nothing wrong with it. I'm going to be going back to those places. But everyone goes to Indonesia, everyone goes to Thailand, everyone goes to Paris, and I'm going to be going to those places again. So it's nothing negative to say. But like, no one's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go to Uzbekistan. Like, no one's going there. Which for me, I think that's really cool. Uzbekistan, believe it or not, for anyone who doesn't know, there are tourists in Uzbekistan. It may not be Bali, but like there are tourists in Uzbekistan, especially like Tashkent and other places, but obviously not as popular or as touristy and such, which is why I'm going. Because why not? That's pretty much my answer to everything. I tell folks I'm going to Uzbekistan, they're like, why? Why not? That's kind of like my answer. And just to try something different. But then also too, after that we're going to be going back to some places a lot of people go to, places that I've really wanted to go to. So after Uzbekistan and a couple other countries, for a few weeks, for pretty much the whole month of September, we're going off to Morocco. For those who don't know, I was actually in Bali last year, last week of July, first week of August, on a group trip with Zoe, hashtag or at travel with Zoe. Go follow her on Instagram. She's amazing. Pretty much a friend of mine now at this point. We communicate with each other pretty frequently, which is really really cool and very lucky for me to do because like she's absolutely killing it. I'm still trying to build up and whatnot, which is great. I'm loving the progress and it's too early. My brain is still turning on, folks. But I'm very lucky to be connected with some pretty solid creators. Like Scott and CJ who are here. Thank you guys. Zoe for one, Darcy, another creator that I like, Bori, another. creator that I pretty much like talking to and connected to. But Zoe's doing another group trip in October to Morocco. And I've never been to Africa. I've never been to Morocco. And I'm pumped to go to both at the same time, obviously. And yeah, so she's going in October. I signed up for that group trip immediately as soon as she announced it, or as soon as she had to go live. Number one, to support her because she's awesome, and I've already done a group trip with her. That was her first group trip in Bali. If you guys haven't seen the Bali series on my channel, go check out the Bali series. That did very, very well. I was not expecting it to do as well as it did. I had to split up into 3 parts, and it was still like an hour because I just, one piece of advice that I got was when you're like recording and doing vlogs and stuff, just keep the camera rolling. And that's exactly what I did, but maybe too much. Because when I was editing videos and stuff, I especially the was it the Ubud or the Gilly Tea part? I don't remember which video it was. Changu, well, they all were pretty long, but one of them was well, all of them were pretty long, but when I put all of them together, it was like, 3.5 hours worth of content. Getting 3 hours worth of content, chopping it down to 40, 30, 40, 50 minutes. It's not easy. It is definitely not easy, especially when you're, again, just now starting out and whatnot. Yeah, you want to get everything. So, good stuff. But right, back to the plans. So yeah, Morocco is Z. Super, super excited. It's 10 days? 10 days, which is really, really cool. And then after that, we're going to be popping over to, back to Europe. I think I can say that. I can say that much. I'm not going to say where because I want to keep it a bit more suspenseful. But we're going to be popping back over to Europe. I'm not going to say for what. But if you guys follow me on Instagram, you might have an idea. Okay, so this is it's a good little segue. So anyone who's following me on Instagram, you might have an idea what I'm going to be doing in Europe. If you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram, rosstravelsofficial, and because I like to tease some stuff and I like to share my thoughts and ideas and whatnot. Yeah, so about a week and a half ago, I kind of spilled out some midnight thoughts, literally. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And went to Instagram, took to Instagram, hey guys, I've got this crazy idea. What do you think? A lot of people responded. So I think it's something that I'm going to do. But again, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you've got no idea what it is. So go follow me on Instagram and you'll get more. And it's stuff like this, like live in-time updates and whatnot. So you love to see it, folks. You love to see it. But yeah, probably popping over to Europe. There's a couple of reasons as to why, but again, I'm not really gonna say what yet because it's still in the planning stages as well. I don't want to, give away a bunch of stuff and then not do it. Which is, how plans go. Some of them don't. Some don't shake out anyway. So, but yeah, I'm still in the hard planning phase about a couple things in Europe. So I'm very, very excited because it's like it might be like a 2 or 3 in 1 type trip, and I'm pumped for all of it. So, but follow me on Instagram to get some more hints and whatnot. But yeah, and then so after Europe, we're going to be then going back down to South Asia. The initial plan for my 2025 travels was Sri Lanka, India, Nepal, and Pakistan. That was the initial 4. It's turned into like almost 10 countries. Welcome to my brain. I have, a massive trip that I'm, wanting to do and whatnot. And then, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be here around this time. Maybe I can pop over here. Well, I'm going to be in this place around that time. Maybe I can pop over there. That's how my brain works. And so, yeah. So after Europe, potentially, we're going to be going back down to Sri Lanka and back down to South Asia, starting in Sri Lanka, to do the original trip I was supposed to do on this year anyway. Start off in Sri Lanka, spend a few weeks in Sri Lanka, go up to India, spend a good deal of time in India, although with my current plans now, I don't think it'll be as long as I like, because I wanted to spend about 60 days in India. I want to spend about 2 months. But with all the stuff I've got going on now, plan wise, I don't think it's going to be that long. And if it is that long, I'm going to have to cut out a couple countries that I don't really want. I don't really want to do that. But I might, because uh, you know, I might cut out a couple of countries, but I don't really want to do that. But then again, I don't want to just shove in a bunch of countries either, just to do it. Like, it just doesn't feel authentic. So um, we'll figure that out. But then after that, we'll be going up to possibly Nepal and for sure Pakistan. Pakistan is one of those countries that I wanted to go to so bad for a while. Again, some people will hear the word "stan" and freak out. And from what I've seen, and obviously like creators and stuff, they're showing mostly the good stuff, but a lot of them that I like to follow show both the good and bad. I when it comes to me and the creators and the influencers that I follow, I don't just follow anybody. Like, I just personally don't. Not to say they're not bad or anything, but like I just don't follow anybody just to follow anybody. I just don't, 'Cause if I'm not gonna watch their stuff, then what's the point? So the creators I follow are like heavy inspirations, and there's like a certain way that they travel, or a certain way that they create content, or a certain way they go about life, and that's the reason why I follow them so closely. So that's why I'm always talking about and posting about and referring to the same kind of creators or the same names pretty often. Like my guy Timothy Ward. I did not mention him last night in my Instagram live, and that was shocking because normally I'm talking about him. But Tim, big inspiration, obviously. Yeah, there's a reason why I talk about him a lot. So go follow him, Timothy J Ward, here on YouTube. There's a lot of live streams as well. He's like the live stream king. And he's actually the reason why I started traveling 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago now, which is wild to say. Yeah, he's the reason why I started traveling. So Timothy J Ward, go follow him on YouTube. Subscribe to him as well. Shameless plug. He did not ask me to say that, obviously, but I do it anyway. Because again, he's the reason why I travel the way I do, why I go about life the way I do, yada yada yada. So. But yeah, when it comes to creators, like, I don't just follow anybody. Like, I just don't. And that's one of the reasons why. And so, yeah, so some of these plans and stuff are inspirational. Is that right? Inspirations from them. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah, so it's all good, folks. We got a lot of folks jumping in and out. What's going on, folks? Hope you guys are all doing well. I try to say that pretty often. I say this all the time. I'm going to say it again because I know a lot of people are coming in and out. But whether you come into the live stream for 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half the stream, or the whole stream, doesn't matter. I appreciate all of you guys regardless. So I know some folks got to pop in, pop out. They check in at work or whichever, however, Then, I don't get too fussed about it. I just appreciate that you guys clicked on the video for didn't matter how long. So appreciate the support. Also, the sun has come up, so I'm going to open up this window. Give me 2 seconds. I am still here. Get some natural light. I don't know if that's helped any. Here we go. The sun's finally up. I think that's helped a little bit, but I can't really tell. Anyway. But yeah, so that's what we got so far today, folks. Again, for everyone who's popping in and out, I am inside today. I am not outside. We've had a lot of flies on the resort recently. I think it's because of like some storms and stuff up north maybe, or some weather, or some wind coming, or that's my alarm. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and turn that off. Sorry about that, folks. We're struggling this morning, struggling. But yeah, there's been a lot of flies. And so the last thing I want to do is hop on a stream and just be swatting flies the whole time. I don't really want to do that. It's too distracting, and that's going to be, it's just going to be annoying, just swatting flies the whole time. No, nobody wants to see that. So we are inside today. It's 7 o'clock now, obviously with the alarm. But yeah, so I just broke down for everyone who's joining. I just broke down all my travels for this year. A couple of ideas that I haven't told many people. I talked about this on the Instagram live last night. It's kind of like 3 tiers right now. So The first tier is obviously all my travels that everybody knows about, which again, starting off in Uzbekistan, which is sick, so cool. Uzbekistan, and then we're going over to Morocco with Z to do another group trip. Possibly over to Europe for some reasons that it's like a 3-in-1 type trip. Go follow me on Instagram, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram, because you kind of have an idea if you know, or if you are following. Possibly Europe, and then back down to South Asia to start my initial 2025 travel plans, which is Sri Lanka, India, maybe Nepal, and for sure Pakistan. And then going over to Mexico, rounding off this whole trip in Mexico because my buddy's getting married in January of 2026. So this is the reason why I'm kind of working my way towards him. But also, I want to do a big backpacking trip. Like, I've never done a big backpacking trip before. Obviously, I'm in Australia on the working holiday visa, so like you can consider this. I mean, it is a backpacking trip per se, but like I've always wanted to do a big backpacking trip without working. Like without working, I want to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months without working. Don't have to clock in. Don't have to take my breaks. Don't have to report to bosses. I don't want to do any of that. So, and my longest time doing that has been 1 month flat, like literally a month equal. And I was on my way out here, and yeah. So this was in late 2023. Wow, I came out here late 2023. That was crazy. I've been in Australia a year and a half, just about. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like I've been here for a handful of months, not like 15 or 16. Absolutely crazy, folks. But yeah, so right. I think I got a comment. Hold on, folks. Let me read this. I don't know why the comments don't stay. Right. Can't miss Nepal. One of the best. Yeah, he is just in Nepal. Can't miss Nepal. One of the best countries. Oh, why is it going away? There we go. Countries we've been to. Ah, yes. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I really don't want to miss Nepal. Like, I really don't. So I'm still kind of reworking a bunch of stuff. I mean, I know I announced Nepal, so it would kind of suck to announce it and not go. So I'm going to try and make that work. I'm really going to try and make that work. So I've seen your guys' stories and stuff as well. So cool. So cool. And I've got some friends in Kathmandu. Well, I don't know if they're here now, but they're there now. But they're from Kathmandu. I work with them in Queensland. So I'll reach out to them and see if they're going to be in Kathmandu. But I really don't want to miss Nepal. I don't want to miss Nepal. We're going to have to see, because I wanted to really spend a good majority of time in India, because India is just huge. But it's okay. Like, I don't need to like shove everything into this 5-month trip. But we'll work it out. We'll work it out. But right, but 3 tiers, yes. So the first one is the countries that everybody knows about. Like, I've announced it, it's been on my Instagram and Reels and YouTube Shorts and YouTube video, obviously. Then the second one is countries that a few people know about, a few additions. Speaking of Scott and CJ, you guys revealed one last night. You had no idea that you did until I told you did. It was Kyrgyzstan. So anyone who's here, I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not sure, but for anyone who's here on the Instagram live last night, Scott and CJ, go follow them, by the way. And they had asked me about Kyrgyzstan. If I had plans for Kyrgyzstan, and ironically enough, I did not announce Kyrgyzstan because I wanted to keep it a little suspenseful, but also because I haven't really totally planned that out yet, so I didn't announce it. But I'm pretty sure I was going to do it anyway. So the fact that they brought it up was hilarious. And it's funny because I was actually talking about that second tier. A couple countries that, a few people know about, a couple friends, a couple family members. Now Scott and CJ, so add 2 more people to that list. Just kind of funny. And yeah, so the second tier is a couple countries that some people know about. And gonna keep it, pretty suspenseful for you guys for a bit. And then there's a few countries down here. The third tier is a couple places that I haven't told a single person. None of my friends, none of my family members, nobody. And I think this one is going to be very exciting because I've got so many ideas, and I've got to stop myself sometimes because I get to so many ideas. I just need to like relax. I don't need to do them all at once. But you don't really think like that. You're like, oh, I've got this idea, I got this idea, I got this idea. Oh, it's in this place. It's really close. It's really cheap, or whatever the case may be. And you think you have to do it all. You really don't, you know. But when it comes to travel, me personally, it could be for anything else for any other people. But for me, when it comes to travel, that's my thing. That's just my thing. And so when it comes to travel, like, that's how I think. So I've got to stop myself sometimes, but yeah, so that's the whole plan. So start off with Uzbekistan, then go over to Morocco, doing a few things in Europe. There's a few reasons why I'm going to Europe, and then shooting down to South Asia, going back down to Sri Lanka, India, hopefully Nepal, Pakistan, then over to Mexico in January. So it's a lot of stuff in a 5 month time, but we'll figure it out. So perfect. We've been on the stream 30 minutes now, so yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap it up here in a few minutes, folks. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Pretty short stream today, but I appreciate all of you guys for joining. Anyone who is joining, who has joined. Yeah, it won't be too long today. I'm just gonna kind of wrap it up here and then get out of here. Yeah, so that's pretty much all my travels. Go follow me on Instagram, more live in-time updates, more ideas, more interactions, polls, and stuff like that as well. You guys have helped me out with a few of those about a couple weeks ago. So if you want to know what that is, I'll be kind of talking about that again in the next few days. So go follow me on Instagram, rosstravelsofficial. You'll find out more about it quicker than you will on YouTube, obviously. And yeah, so. Again, I say this all the time. I'll say it one more time before I go. Thank you guys so much for joining. It doesn't matter if you've hopped on for 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half the stream, or the whole stream. It doesn't matter. I appreciate all of you guys regardless. I know folks have some commitments and stuff, popping in and out, going to work, on their break, driving home, whichever. So if you're driving, stay safe. Thank you. And yeah, we're gonna do a lot more of these live streams. We're gonna do a lot more Instagram live. I need to do a TikTok live. I haven't done a TikTok live. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow or tonight. Maybe we'll do a TikTok live tonight. We'll see. You know, I have two streams in 12 hours. That's it's crazy. But anyway, folks. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Got a couple things to do this morning before I go to work. So. Not a super long stream today, well, 30 minutes, but not a super long stream today. I'm gonna get out of here. I've got a couple things to do here before I go to work. Yeah, so one more time, appreciate all of you guys. Hop over on Instagram, rosstravelsofficial. A lot more in-time updates, live updates, ideas. You guys are gonna help me out with some ideas, and we'll be good. So head off here, be kind to each other, love one another. Super excited for 2025 travels. We'll get more into depth as well, more in depth, and more into more plans the closer we get, because some more ideas are coming and some more ideas are being worked out. So be kind to each other, love one another, like and subscribe, obviously, and I'll see you guys later.